play the infinite game, where the point of the game isn't to win at one destination and stop there, but the point of the game and the way to win is to keep playing and stay in the game. The best games are played this way, relationships, right? The goal isn't to get married, but to stay married. Or maybe health. The goal isn't to get six-pack and keep, one time, but it's to maintain a healthy lifestyle. The goal in business isn't to win in business, it isn't to achieve one monetary value within your business or one income goal, but the point is to stay in business. When you see life like this, every single aspect of it, the way you approach that domain completely differs. And I had this realization specifically with business. So for some context, right? I am in many thousands, tens of thousands of dollars worth of debt, specifically credit card debt right now. The reason why is because I got impatient. I wanted to win now. I wanted to make $10,000 a month now. And the best way to do that in my head was to get into debt by buying courses, by buying programs, by buying mentorships, right? So that I could get to that income goal of $10,000 a month. I wanted to pay for speed. But I was shortcutting it. And the thing is, the crazy part is, even with the courses, the tactics that they teach, they're not meant to set you up for long-term success. At least most of them aren't. They're meant to give you this quick win, money in the door right away, type of beat. But the best businesses don't work like that. The best businesses build a strong foundation of concrete and steel beams, not of wooden stilts. Because when you build a foundation, especially for business, on wooden stilts, it's going to collapse so easily. Specifically, just to make it a little bit more, less abstract and more tangible for you, my outbound method, which is basically me reaching out to people to get clients, was to send a selfie video, right? Send them a VSL, a video sales letter. And basically the whole process was very salesy. It was very pitch. Here you go, pitch, right? And it was just taking these methods from these courses. The problem is, especially on LinkedIn, people don't like to be sold to. Or at least, it's very saturated, right? It's for example, if everyone had the same script or the same method of selling on LinkedIn, everyone who receives those messages would get so tired of it, so tired, because they've seen it a million times. And what most people, 99% of people do on LinkedIn to sell is by giving a pitch, right? And 99% of them aren't looking to build real, genuine relationships and connections, and then from there, go into offering their service. Because it takes longer and it's a lot more work, right? It's a lot more personalized. It's a lot more human to human, which people are too lazy to do these days. They just want AI. So the problem with that is that you're building a foundation, like I said, on wooden stilts. And so that kind of all of these different things, it really stemmed from me playing a short-term game. Not an infinite game, but a short-term game. And when I realized that, I was like, shit. Something's gotta change, right? So I'm not gonna say what my method is. I'm gonna do it, based on the last video. Don't just talk, but actually walk the walk, right? Or if anything, just walk the walk. You don't need to say anything, right? But I'm gonna make it a lot more human, a lot more connection based, genuine relationships based. I think that's the best way to sell, by being yourself and by having a service that people might be genuinely interested in and benefit from. But the most important key element here is that, number one, Rome wasn't built in a day. If you want to build a great empire, a great business, it takes time, right? The greatest entrepreneurs of our generation, and even of American history even, right? Think Johnny Rockefeller, think Steve Jobs, Jeff Bezos. These people had a vision that spanned decades worth of time. And most of them didn't reap their benefits until 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, even 70s, right? Charlie Munger, Warren Buffett. So the point being, look at everything from a long-term point of view. Everything. Because that's how the game is meant to be played, and that's how people win. Because if you play a short-term game, then you're going to be here for the short term. But if you play an infinite game, you're going to be here forever until the day you die. And that's how you win in every aspect of life, by showing up every single day for your health, for your wealth, aka business, for your relationships. It's not just a one and done thing. It's a thing you do every single day, right? So that was kind of the realization that I had. It's like, I don't know. It was just like, damn. And the crazy part is my mentor kept trying to pound into me, trying to drill into me, Peter, a new course, a new mentorship isn't going to solve your problems. He's completely right. It doesn't fix the fact that I'm lazy, that I'm not consistent. It doesn't fix the fact that I talk the big talk, but I don't do the work, right? It doesn't fix jack shit if I just throw money at the problem, because the problem is me. The problem isn't my knowledge, because I know what to do. The problem is me. The problem is not wanting or not being making the sacrifices in order to make this work. So that's kind of my revelation. Play the infinite game, and it makes life so much. I will also put it this way: when you play the infinite game, you are a lot less desperate. And when you're a lot less desperate, you can think more strategically, you can plan for the longer term, and you can make better business decisions that are better for you, maybe not right now, but that will allow you to build, again, a foundation that is capable of building a skyscraper, not just like a teepee made out of, what it's called, toothpicks. So play it smart. Literally, every single business owner, plays the long game. So why wouldn't you? So that was kind of my lesson that, again, honestly, these are just all reminders, because people need to be reminded more than they need to be taught. But this realization came from me asking a homie for a loan. That is probably one of the most vulnerable things I've ever done. Reaching out to a friend and asking for help. And it was a hefty amount, $7,000, right? Because I'm kind of stupid. And I got myself in, this is kind of a side note, right? But it kind of has to do with the same thing, is my belief that pressure makes diamonds. That if I strategically put myself under pressure, then I will grow from it and that I will become better. The problem is I found a way out. That's number one. Number two, business is already as hard as it is. Why would you want to put yourself through more pressure, through more stress? That makes zero sense, right? It's already enough stress to want to become the best, to want to succeed, and to actually take the actions to make that happen. So why add unnecessary stress, putting yourself in debt? Makes zero sense, right? And I found that, honestly, where I thrive and excel the most is where I have peace of mind that, I'm taken care of. And that way, again, I can make decisions that are more long-term and that will allow me to build a foundation for our business to really grow and just excel. So I'm going to go back to this video probably regularly just to remind myself the pain that I will be in if I don't think long-term. Because you will be in a lot of pain. You won't win. You just won't win. No short-term minded player will ever win in a game that's designed to be played infinitely. So with that being said, this is the PLOG V1.68. Remember to be better daily, and I will be better tomorrow by sleeping earlier than I am now. Oh, beautiful. I think it's 10 p.m.-ish. But with that being said, this is, remember to be better daily. Peace out. See you tomorrow. Peace.